watched the last video, this is exactly what I say about it's a love-hate relationship with IGN. Alright. So IGN had played Suicide Squad, and here's the title. We played Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and did not like it. Okay. I'm gonna check this video out. I was holding on to this video so I could actually sit here and watch it. Alright, look. I would say, before even watching this video, I would say Suicide Squad, I'm like yay and nay with it right now. I'm yay with it because I really wanted to play Gotham Knights, but I didn't. But I had a PS5 at the time, and then also Gotham Knights was mid. So here comes Suicide Squad. I'm like, you know what? If it's mid, it's mid, but at least I played it. I'm trying to play more games that come out in a year instead of just sticking with the same old games I'm playing with, like Call of Duty and all that. Just instead of sticking with those, I'm trying to play different games. So I think I might get it, but with IGN and a whole other people talking about it, man, I don't even know if I'm gonna touch it. But I don't know. I might just be that guy. I done already lost. I spent $100 on Diablo 4, and then I'm not playing Diablo 4. So if this game trash, at least I bought it. So that's how I'm looking at it at this point. I'm looking at, you know what? I'm gonna just chuck it up, and I'm gonna try it. If it's good, it's good. At least I'm half fun playing and half fun beating it. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it. But let's see what this man got to say, or lady, whoever it is. Let's see what they got to say about the game.
Harley, no!
Worth it.
The best part of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League after playing it for a few hours is the story, and yes, it certainly seems like you will be killing characters you know and love.
Hey, your face always looks so... what?
Lots of death happening here. That's also a big part of the problem I have with the entire premise. I can't help but shake that there's no way Rocksteady is going to let any of this stick. Our heroes have done terrible things. There will be a time reversal mechanic or some alternate Earth timeline that comes along and washes away all of the terrible awfulness that happens during the story. From enslaving a child form of Poison Ivy to straight up watching your heroes murder people, there's a lot here to make you feel a bit uncomfortable about the journey you're being taken on.
Daphne's hungry.
I did it, okay? I put the bloody bomb in her head ages ago.
What?
And when you pair this disconnect with game mechanics straight out of the likes of Destiny, Anthem, or Marvel's Avengers, I'm left worried about the final product coming together in a way that works. The fun just wasn't there for me, at least not yet. Let me explain in more detail. The story has its fun moments, yes, and the team banter, at least during the cutscenes, is when Kill the Justice League is at its best.
Awesome.
Aw, he's so sweet. He's not gonna make it.
The cutscenes have clearly been given a lot of love. Meanwhile, the character models look great, the voice acting is on point, and there are a lot of moments where I genuinely laugh thinking this could be enough to carry me through the messy and tired open world missions. While they could reverse time to fix the morality issues at play, chances are that will be difficult given the planned expansions, story additions, and gear chases coming later in the form of free updates. That means we'll be stuck with the terrible things that transpire, and if the name sticks, stuck with a dead Justice League. At one point, the team puts a bomb in the head of Poison Ivy, who just happens to be a child. But hey, they punch Boomerang for putting a bomb in her head, so let's move on from that whole enslaving a child thing. I get it's Poison Ivy and this is kind of Waller's thing, but I'm using it to illustrate a point. All of these things in one package feels like an odd mix. Rocksteady had a winning formula with the Batman games and is trying to write a completely new book, but so far, lightning is not in this bottle. A live service game from Rocksteady is not what I had on my wish list this year. The team is single-handedly responsible for making some of the best combat I have ever experienced.
All right, okay,
the
look.
Predator sections in the Arkham...
I think it's two parts. It's two parts there. it's either you going to pay for the DLC or you're going to get the DLC for free. That's the two things that we're fighting with. It's either that you want a free DLC, a new storyline, new cosmetics or whatever, or you want to pay for the DLC. And you got to pay $15 to $20 for a DLC that might be trash. So I think that's probably why they kind of went to the live side instead of it being like the Batman games. But paying for cosmetics, man, they lost me there. But I won't be playing the game to pay for cosmetics. I don't care about changing the clothes. I don't care about changing their clothes or whatever. No, I don't know. I'm not going to pay that, but I might play it for the story. And also, if it's called Kill the Justice League, I want to kill them. Now, if it be a way where we kill the Justice League and then we can go back in time and then the Justice League good again and then we back bad, then yeah. But if it's kill the Justice League, let's kill them. Let's just kill them. Let's just kill them. But superheroes, anti-heroes, man, I don't have to explain. Y'all guys
The series
know
also
this.
allowed you to tackle them with stealth or brute force, adding further flavor and variety to Bruce Wayne's vigilantism. To this day, in fact, you can find ridiculous takedown montages on YouTube and TikTok for Batman Arkham Knight. Unfortunately for Suicide Squad, once the fun story bits end, you're left with a much less inspired combat system, and an open world that's filled with tedious tasks that are more about grinding through traditional tropes like point defense or collect the material and turn it in. There are shining moments with the combat, such as the powerful feeling of takedowns, and there does seem to be some depth to the build variety, but you'll do it surrounded by teammates who won't shut up with their quips, which quickly becomes annoying.
Feels
Can we
good to be an
start?
apex
I might
predator.
look chill, but that's just my UX design.
Sometimes it's to the point that you'll get 2 to 3 lines of dialogue overlapping while you're just waiting for your crew at a checkpoint. And when the combat does start, it has its fun moments, but it also has weird issues like long animations to regen your shield, or you'll get knocked out of an animation for unclear reasons. I thought it was just me, but it also happens in this provided footage straight from WB. While we have this provided boss fight footage against the Flash to reference, I just want to mention that I found this fight incredibly annoying. There's no indication of where the Flash is most times, and he's the Scarlet Speedster, so he's just constantly zipping around the map. That didn't make the fight hard, it just made it frustrating. You get a handful of shots on him before he teleports to the next location, so you're just trying to chase him down or catch him standing in one spot long enough to get hits in before he does it all again.
Yeah,
I
but
do wish there was a bit of a he's down, get him moment, but unfortunately it seems like that trope wasn't used here. Now, WB also sent over some footage of an experienced Shark player wrecking shop, so I'll include some footage of their gameplay in this video preview to show what it looks like when someone has played for hundreds of hours versus a couple of hours at a preview event.
That's why I started the video that way, because he actually said like, okay, look, I know I'm not that good. I only played for like a couple hours or whatever, but we are seriously listening to your view as well, he say I'm gonna go with it. So if you telling us this and you know you bad with it, let's just start the whole video that way. Let's say I only played yada 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 and I'm not good at this genre, and then let's begin on what I think and how I feel about the game. Don't wait till 5 minutes in the video and say like, okay, I'm gonna show you a more experienced player that got 100 hours in it, and so you can see how good the potential of the game can actually be. But I mean, I don't know, with the Flash thing, I'm not mad at that because it's the Flash. Like, bro, he's the fastest person in the world. So I don't want it to be easy to kill the Flash. He Flash. Come on. Why would be like, oh, he's what? No, he's the Flash. That's what he does. I'm not mad at that. And then the indication, I seen the indication. Like once he was doing like a power up charge, then when you actually gonna start shooting. But that's almost like the boss fights in I can't think of the boss fights. Almost like the boss fights in God of War, where you had a certain window where you could do the most damage, but then now you got to sit there and try to move out the way once they trying to heavy hit you. So I mean, come on, man. I don't know. I don't know. So that was saying I'm on the fences with this game, bro. It's a yay or nay. And then also, I'm sorry to pause it again. And then also, we cannot compare it to Batman. This is Harley Quinn, Boomerang, Deadshot, and Shark. This is not Bruce Wayne, bro. It's not Bruce, bro. So they're gonna be using, like, it's not gonna be like, I'm not looking for it to be like super smooth, but I'm looking at it for it to be like decent. Cause like, I don't know, cause you gotta think about it. These are like criminals. And most of the time, criminals not fully professional. They just like all over the place. They're not professional when it comes down to fighting or whatever. They cheat and they dirty and they still, you know. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's continue.
In the open world, however, missions tend to favor many of the tired and true types, which makes them feel a bit like uninspired filler. Like, stop me if you've heard this one before, you defend a point from waves of enemies that spawn. Sound familiar? Now imagine every time you defeat a handful of these enemies, you just stand around waiting with nothing to do. This was exactly what happened during one of the core story missions, and the padding feels completely unnecessary. When the next quest started, I stood there while Amanda Waller called my character on comms and bantered with Poison Ivy before sending me back to the other end of the map to save citizens in a flying bus that looked like it's straight out of Fortnite. At least the Riddler puzzles are making a return from the Arkham games, bringing at least one familiar fun activity to Suicide Squad's Metropolis.
Within this city's fiscal stash, Lex Luthor sits upon your cash.
At least I hope they're fun, because I didn't actually get to solve any of them. The potential saving grace for all my gripes could be that the whole combat system comes together a lot better when you get to sit down and actually make a build.
Yeah, okay. See, right now he's finally explaining it, like, you get to sit down, make a build in it.
Which we didn't have a chance to do right away at the preview event. For some context, we started playing through the same tutorial from the beta and picking a character, Deadshot in my case. After that, we jumped straight into Chapter 3 where I tried out Shark because the character I had been playing on was taken. What I didn't realize was that Chapter 3 gives you complete build control, and having played on a different class, it took me a bit of our session to get warmed up to the new movement mechanics Shark has compared to Deadshot. If we look back at that provided Flash gameplay, it looks like the player has a good grasp at movement, but it all comes back to similar core mechanics. Aim gun, shoot gun, and those core mechanics in a game like Destiny really save it. Here, it just feels samey across the board, even with each character's abilities sprinkled in. I didn't really get time to look at my gear stats and throw something together to try out, but I did try a build recommendation from Jack Hackett, production manager at Rocksteady, but again, I didn't really have enough time to get used to how it's supposed to flow together. However, his excitement about the build possibilities does continue to give me a glimmer of hope. To give you a taste of what you'll be looking at in terms of complexity, there are weapon afflictions that attach an elemental effect to weapons like Deep Freeze that does cold damage for a period of time. Penguin will let you craft new weapons, shield mods, traversal mods, or grenades. And there are some interesting guns here, like Bugs A-Poppin' that will not do damage to a Terminant, but will slow down every enemy within 10 meters. And there was this one slot machine grenade that was also pretty fun. Each character also has a skill tree they can upgrade, and all of that is on top of weapons and mods that work together to give you passive buffs when you pair, say, 2 Gizmo gear pieces together to do more burning damage, but with the trade-off that grenades do 50% less damage, but have a 100% chance to burn all enemies. I know I've been really hard on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League in this preview, and believe me, I really want to be wrong about it. Not only is Rocksteady one of my favorite developers, but this genre is one I've spent far too much time in across Destiny, Anthem, and yes, even Marvel's Avengers. But while there is a story here that makes me wonder where the heck it's all going, I left the preview even less optimistic than when I came in. Here's hoping Suicide Squad wins me back when it releases on February 2nd. Are you excited about Suicide Squad? Let me know why in the comments below. And for more on all things gaming, keep it right here at IGN.
I don't know, man. Guys, let me know what y'all guys think about Suicide Squad, bro. It's a yay and nay for me. I'm pushing towards getting it because Dragon's Dogma and the Rise of Ronin don't come out till March, so I'm gonna need something to play. I'm gonna need something to play, but I don't know, man. I don't know. These superhero games is save us all, please.
Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever.